Hey, do you want to get a sense of where the market is trending here in the greater Nashville area? Well, I'm going to give you the mid-year review. This video is for you if you love data. Hey, I'm Lori Cloud at Kelly Williams Music City, and I know you've been hearing the headlines about how the market has started to shift, and I want to put it in perspective with real hard numbers. So let's look at what's been going on since January and compare it to where we are at the end of June. So in January, typically January and February are quieter months, and because people were doing deals back in December. So that kind of played out the typical way. But in February, people heard about interest rates were going to be going up, and the ramp up began. We also had a ton of people moving here for new jobs that started first quarter. So the number of closings in January and February hovered right under 3,000 a month. And then in March, wham, 3,800 closings, almost 1,000 more closings in 30 days. So that's when we felt the crunch, the bidding wars, all of that happened. And then that just continued through April and through May. And then in May, that's when we also started to see the interest rates actually rise in a substantial way. So some people began to be priced out of the market. And that's when we felt like, okay, the tempo of the business is starting to level off. But even when we look at the numbers, closings in June were the highest they have been the entire year. We had 4,200 and some change closings versus about 3,900 in the peak months. So, and the days on market were the shortest they had been all year long at 24 days on market, when normally they hover around 29. So, but let's talk about what happened in prices from January to June, because that is really when people sat on the sidelines or got the fatigue, they lost out. They are going to be paying more for a house. So here in Davidson County, the prices went up $40,000 for the same price point in the house in 6 months, 40 grand. In Sumner County, went up 25. There were actually a couple counties that went up about $25,000 for the same house. It was Sumner, Cheatham, Rutherford. Those were all about 25 grand. Where we saw the whopping increases were Williamson County. Okay, get this. Williamson County homes were $200,000 more expensive from 2021 to 2022. $200,000. Now that is a massive difference in the kind of house you can buy, right? That really puts you in a different stratosphere of condition and neighborhood. So what we've seen happen since January is that prices have gone up $75,000. So it looks like now we think things are going to start tapering off. But if we were on that same trajectory in 2022, you'd have the same $200,000 increase. That would be $400,000 in just 2 years of appreciation in equity that most people have in Williamson County. That goes out and buys a whole new house, people. That goes out and buys investment property. So if you're one of these people that even if you saw, wow, $200,000 in 1 year, it is time to talk about how you're going to leverage. Leverage is the way you build wealth. So this is what I really want you to take away from it. It's like if you were a buyer, prices are not predicted to come down. We are going to stabilize right now. That's the good news for you. You can now start to ask for repairs. The buyer herd has thinned a bit because of interest rates. Think of it as you are renting your rate. If you are a seller, we are still deeply in a seller's market. Inventory has dramatically come up for the third month in a row, so you are going to have more competition. You might have to do some repairs before you put on the market to put your best foot forward. But this is still an amazing time for you. So hopefully you found this information super helpful. If you want to deep dive into your hyper-local neighborhood, because everything is so different neighborhood by neighborhood, and as you can see, county by county, give me a call. I'd love to give you information on what your home is worth.